You have watched the videos. You have seen the influencers with their elaborate morning routines, their aesthetic matcha lattes, their gratitude journals, and their 10-step skincare rituals. You try to copy them, thinking this is discipline, but you are mistaken. It is a performance. It is a fragile house of cards built on vanity, not strength. If your routine crumbles when you are tired, or when the coffee machine breaks, or when life gets hard, then you do not have a routine. You have a hobby. Real discipline is not about feeling good or looking productive on social media. It is about survival. It is about preparing the mind and body for war. The ancient samurai did not have a morning routine to be happy. They had a ritual of readiness because they knew that at any moment death could knock on the door. They optimized their lives for lethality and clarity while you are optimizing for comfort and aesthetics. Today, we are going to dismantle the fake productivity culture that has made you soft. We are going to throw away the warm comforts and install the real samurai routine. This is not designed to make you an influencer. It is designed to make you dangerous. Forget everything you've been told about self-care. This is about self-conquest. 1. The sniper wake-up. You set your alarm for a time you do not respect. When it rings, you hit snooze. You lie in bed for just 5 more minutes, scrolling through your phone to see what the world wants from you. By the time your feet hit the floor, you have already started your day with a defeat. You have signaled to your subconscious that your word means nothing and that comfort is your god. You are starting the race with a broken leg, poisoning your focus with dopamine before you have even brushed your teeth. For the samurai, the wake-up was the first strike. Uda Musashi lived by the code of Zanshin, total awareness. To wake up was to accept that you had survived the night and were granted one more day to perfect your way. There was no hesitation. The moment consciousness returned, the body moved. A warrior who hesitates to leave his bed is a warrior who will hesitate to draw his blade when the enemy attacks. Neurologically, hitting snooze induces sleep inertia, a groggy state that can last for up to 4 hours, ruining your cognitive function. When you drift back to sleep, your brain starts a new sleep cycle that you interrupt minutes later, leaving you chemically confused. You are voluntarily administering a sedative to your own ambition every single morning. The protocol is simple, but brutal. Place your alarm across the room so you must stand to silence it. When it sounds, your feet must touch the floor within 3 seconds. Do not think. Do not negotiate. Do not check your phone. Go immediately to a window and look at the sky. Tell yourself, I am awake. The enemy is waiting. This simple act of bypassing the snooze debate builds a callus on your will that protects you all day. 2. The purification of misogi. You take a warm, comfortable shower to wake up gently. You stand there for 20 minutes, letting the hot water soothe you while you daydream about arguments you'll never have or money you don't have. You treat the shower as a place to hide from the cold reality of the morning. You are seeking comfort before you have earned it, softening your skin and your spirit right at the start of the day. The samurai practiced misogi, ritual purification through water. Often, this meant standing under a freezing waterfall or pouring buckets of ice-cold river water over their heads. This was not about getting clean. It was about washing away the spiritual stagnation of the previous day. It was a shock to the system designed to force the spirit back into the body and alert the senses to maximum capacity. Cold exposure is one of the most potent tools for mental control available to modern men. It triggers a massive release of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that sharpens focus and mood. It forces you to control your fight or flight response. When the cold hits, your brain panics. By standing still and breathing, you are literally training your brain to remain calm under extreme stress. It is a simulation of battle in the safety of your bathroom. Start with your normal hygiene, but end with 60 seconds of pure cold water. As the water hits you, do not flinch, do not gasp. Force your breathing to be slow and deep through the nose. Visualize the cold water washing away your weakness, your doubts, and your excuses. Step out of the shower shivering but victorious. You have already conquered pain today, while others are still sleeping in warmth. 3. The order of the mind. You leave your bed unmade. Your desk is cluttered with old cups and papers. Your room is a chaotic reflection of your mind. You think, I'm too busy to clean, or it doesn't matter. You are wrong. Chaos in the environment breeds chaos in the mind. You are trying to build a disciplined life on a foundation of disorder, and you wonder why you cannot focus. A samurai's room was sparse, clean and orderly. Everything had a place. The sword was always placed on the rack with the blade facing up to protect the edge. This is Siri, order. Musashi taught that the state of your equipment reflects the state of your soul. If your surroundings are disrespectful, your mind will be disrespectful. You cannot expect clarity of thought in a room full of visual noise. Psychology calls this the broken windows theory of the mind. Visual clutter competes for your attention, increasing cognitive load and cortisol levels. Your brain has to work harder to filter out the mess, leaving less energy for deep work. By organizing your space, you are essentially defragging your hard drive. A clean space signals to your brain that everything is under control, allowing you to enter flow states faster. Before you start any work, spend 5 minutes aligning your physical world. Make the bed perfectly with military corners. Clear the desk of everything except the one task you are doing. Align your tools. This is not a chore. It is a ritual of respect. You are setting the stage for the performance of your life. Do not sit down to war in a messy trench. 4. Staring into the void. You use a meditation app with soothing rain sounds and a soft voice telling you to imagine a beach. You try to relax. You try to escape your stress. If you get bored, you stop. This is mental masturbation. It is relaxation, not training. You are treating meditation like a spa treatment, creating a dependency on external guidance to find peace. Samurai meditation, Zazen, was not about relaxation. It was about confronting the void, Q. They sat in silence, eyes open, staring at the floor or a wall. They did not try to empty the mind of thoughts. They watched the thoughts arise and cut them down like enemies. It was an active, intense state of Fudoshin, immovable mind. They meditated on death, on duty, and on the nothingness of the self. Real meditation attacks the default mode network, DMN, of the brain, the part responsible for mind-wandering, ego narratives, and anxiety. Guided meditation often keeps the DMN active because you are listening to a story. Silent, unguided focus forces the prefrontal cortex to override the DMN. It increases the density of gray matter in areas associated with impulse control. It is weightlifting for the brain. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Sit with a straight spine, no back support. Stare at a single point on the wall. Do not close your eyes. Sleeping is for the night. As thoughts come, do not engage, do not judge. Just return to the spot on the wall. It will be boring. It will be painful. Good. That pain is your attention span growing back. 5. Strategic study. You read endless self-help books that tell you you are special and that everything will be okay. You watch motivational videos for the dopamine hit. You consume content that makes you feel like you are learning, but you are actually just procrastinating. You are addicted to the feeling of progress without the reality of it, consuming intellectual junk food that makes you feel full but provides no nutrition. The samurai concept of bunbu ryodo means the pen and the sword in accord. A warrior had to be a scholar, but they didn't read to feel good. They read to survive. They studied strategy, philosophy, and history. They studied to sharpen their tactical mind. Musashi wrote the Book of Five Rings, not to motivate people, but to explain the physics of killing and winning. Passive consumption creates the illusion of competence. You think you know the material, but you cannot apply it because you never struggled with it. Deep reading of complex texts forces your brain to build new mental models. It requires cognitive strain, which is the neurological signal for the brain to rewire itself. If it feels easy, you are not learning. You are being entertained. Dedicate 20 minutes to reading something difficult and old. No modern self-help. Read Marcus Aurelius, Musashi, Seneca, or Clausewitz. Read with a pen in hand. If you are not taking notes, you are not studying. You are just looking at words. Extract one tactical lesson you can use today. Read to weaponize your mind, not to soothe it. 6. Function over aesthetics. You go to the gym to look good. You focus on biceps and chest because you want validation from the mirror or from women. You skip legs. You check your phone between sets. You avoid cardio because it's hard. Your training is performative. You are building a body that looks like a warrior but breaks like a twig under real pressure. Samurai training, Tanrin, was for survival. They didn't care about six-pack abs. They cared about swinging a heavy sword for hours without tiring. They cared about strong legs to hold a stance in the mud. They trained grip strength, endurance, and explosive power. Their body was a tool, not an ornament. If the training didn't prepare them for combat, it was useless. High-intensity functional training releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which acts like fertilizer for your brain cells. Training for aesthetics often leads to imbalances. Training for strength and endurance builds grit. The neurological pathway used to push through the last painful rep of a squat is the exact same pathway used to push through a difficult business problem. Physical resilience creates mental resilience. Stop training for the mirror. Incorporate movements that suck. Farmers' walks for grip, heavy squats for mental toughness, sprints for explosiveness. Leave your phone in the locker. Your rest periods are for breathing, not scrolling. Train until you want to quit, then do one more rep. That last rep is the only one that counts for your spirit. 7. Fueling the machine. You eat because you are bored, stressed, or sad. You constantly snack. You need a treat to get through the day. You treat food as entertainment. You are a slave to your blood sugar spikes. You think you need energy, but you are actually poisoning your system with inflammation and lethargy. You are feeding the pig, not the wolf. The samurai diet was austere. Rice, fish, miso, vegetables. They practiced hara hachibu, eating until 80% full. Gluttony was seen as a weakness of spirit. A warrior with a full belly is slow and stupid. They often fasted or ate very little while on campaign. Food was purely fuel to keep the machine running for battle. Digestion is one of the most energy-expensive processes in the body. When you overeat or eat processed junk, your body diverts blood flow from the brain to the gut, causing brain fog. Intermittent fasting or eating simple whole foods keeps your insulin levels stable and your mental clarity sharp. Being slightly hungry actually increases alertness, an evolutionary adaptation to help you hunt. Stop snacking. Eat 2 or 3 discrete meals a day. Before you eat, ask yourself, will this make me sharper or slower? If the answer is slower, don't eat it. Learn to work in a fasted state. Realize that hunger is not an emergency. It is just a hormonal signal that you can choose to ignore. Control your gut, and you control your mind. 8. Total immersion. You have 10 tabs open. You check email while working on a project. You reply to texts while reading. You think you are being productive, but you are just being busy. You are constantly task switching, which destroys your IQ and prevents you from ever doing anything great. You are a mile wide and an inch deep, constantly reacting to noise instead of creating signal. When a swordsmith forged a katana, he did not check on the rice or talk to his neighbors. He was in a trance of total immersion. When Musashi painted or carved wood, he gave it his absolute soul. The samurai valued shokunin's spirit, the artisan's obsession with mastery. To do one thing perfectly was better than doing 10 things poorly. Context switching leaves what researchers call attention residue. Drill. When you switch from task A to task B, your attention remains stuck on task A for up to 20 minutes. If you switch constantly, you are permanently operating at 40% of your cognitive capacity. Deep work is the only way to produce elite results in the knowledge economy. Pick your most important task. Set a timer for 90 minutes. Turn off the internet if possible. Put the phone in another room. For 90 minutes, you do not exist to the outside world. You are a ghost. You dive so deep into the task that you lose track of time. This is where empires are built. 9. The power of solitude. You are terrified of being alone. If you have a free moment, you call a friend, put on a podcast, or go out. You equate being alone with being a loser. You need constant noise to drown out your own thoughts because you are afraid of what you might hear in the silence. You are running from yourself, filling every void with distraction. Musashi spent years walking alone through the forests of Japan. He lived in caves. He practiced kodoku, solitude. He wrote, "Do not seek pleasure for its own sake." He knew that wisdom does not come from the crowd, it comes from the void. Solitude was the laboratory where he forged his philosophy. A warrior who cannot stand his own company is no warrior at all. Solitude is necessary for autocatalytic processing, the brain's ability to organize memories, emotions, and future plans. Without solitude, you are just reacting to external inputs. You never develop a self. Research shows that people who can tolerate solitude have higher emotional regulation and stronger sense of identity. Once a day, or at least once a week, go for a walk without your phone, without music, and without a destination. Just walk. Let your mind wander. Let the demons come up. Face them. Talk to yourself. Learn to enjoy the sound of your own footsteps. If you can be happy alone, you become invincible because you no longer need anyone to complete you. 10. The strategic review. You end your day by scrolling on your phone until you pass out. Or you lie in bed worrying about tomorrow, replaying your mistakes with guilt and shame. You're anxious about the future and depressed about the past. You go to sleep weak and you wake up weak. You leave the loops open, allowing stress to fester overnight. The samurai practiced hansei, self-reflection, at the end of the day. It was not emotional, it was strategic. They reviewed the day like a battle report. Where was I weak? Where was I strong? Did I live by the code? They acknowledged the mistake, learned the lesson, and then, this is crucial, they let it go. They cleared the mind to sleep in the void. Memory consolidation happens during sleep. If you go to bed stressed, your brain encodes that stress into long-term memory. If you go to bed with a plan, your subconscious works on the solution. Writing down your review offloads the cognitive data, allowing your brain to relax and enter deep, restorative sleep phases. Keep a notebook by your bed. Before sleep, write down 3 things. 1 victory you had today, 1 mistake you made, and how to fix it, and the single most important mission for tomorrow. Close the book. The day is done. You are dead to the world until the next sunrise. Stop looking for the perfect routine that feels good. Stop trying to make your life look like an aesthetic Pinterest board. That is the path of the mediocre. The samurai routine is not a checklist of hacks. It is a chain of iron that binds your day together with discipline, focus, and intent. It is waking up with purpose, washing away weakness, training for war, eating for fuel, and working with obsession. You are doing it wrong because you are trying to add discipline to a soft life. You must subtract the softness until only the discipline remains. But a routine is just a skeleton. You need muscle and blood to make it move. You need a long-term strategy to turn these daily actions into a permanent transformation that lasts beyond the initial burst of motivation. This is why I built 66 Days of Steel, the samurai method to forge absolute discipline. It takes this daily structure and expands it into a 66-day war campaign. It gives you the specific katas for morning and night, the rust and steel lists, and the psychological tools to stick to the routine when the motivation fades. If you are tired of starting and stopping, if you are tired of performative productivity, click the link in the pinned comment, get the protocol, sign the contract, and start your real training.